Well, I haven't heard the earmark, the congressional earmark mentioned, and what does that have to do with the paying for the expansion? And
the earmarks. About 3 years ago, Congressman Chet Edwards came down here to visit. We talked about expanding ER, talked about there any federal funds. He said, yes, we can work through the earmark program up in Congress. And it took 3 years, but we finally got some $312,000 of earmark money for equipment in the emergency room. It's not been spent yet. It's allocated. It's with HRSA, HRSA, sitting up there. We got to buy it first and then invoice them, and they'll reimburse us for it. Where's that money going? We're going to spend about $150,000 to $160,000, right, Joe?
Yes, sir.
On a telemetry system, a monitoring system. So if you come in with a heart attack, we put you on a monitoring system. That's $150,000 to $160,000. Looking at the chemistry system, Brian Michael in the laboratory, $100,000 for that. And we get that ordered, we'll send that back up there. Chet Edwards has also assured us that he's working this year. If earmarks go through, will be included for funding for additional equipment down there. So that's kind of where that is. I doubt that we'll see any earmark money this year.
Can I clarify that? Because I'm a little confused by that. I saw on the site that had Chet Edwards earmarks the other day, and it said it was going to the Glen Medical Center Foundation. I don't remember which. But actually, isn't that earmark going to Somerville County, who owns the land and the hospital and equipment? I mean, his earmark would not be to the Glen Medical Foundation, correct?
It's been to the Glen Medical Foundation, but that's Somerville County. That telemetry system that will go in our emergency room will be Somerville County property.
Well, I mean, I see a real bright line between the lease that Glen Rose Medical Foundation has to lease out the land, the building, and the equipment, and and the entity of Glen Rose Medical Foundation that uses the, for $1 a year the equipment and so forth. So I thought I understood Mike Ford to say that Chet Edwards' earmark money actually belonged to Somerville County as opposed to the Glen Rose Medical Foundation. Are you saying it really was to the Glen Rose Medical Foundation?
Well, okay, you're saying two things. In actuality, it does belong to Somerville County, because in the lease, all equipment and all assets belong to Somerville County.
Right.
Okay. If it comes to the foundation, which we're the one that applied for it, I filled out the HRSA grant so that the money would be set up to be funneled through the foundation, because we're operating the facility. We run the accounts payable. We run the accounts receivable. So
it's actually to Glen Rose Medical Foundation.
Yeah, it's coming to the Glen Rose Medical Foundation, but the lease has all the equipment to be property of Somerville County.
All right. So does that mean that, let's say, it's my understanding technically that if this hospital district does not pass, you still have a lease with Somerville County, correct?
That's correct.
So, I mean, you would still continue to operate the hospital with whatever your situation is, other than that, with your management situation. That's, whatever. But from a technical perspective, this lease would continue with Somerville County, correct?
That's correct.
So if the earmark that Chet Edwards gave to the Glen Rose Medical Foundation, if tomorrow, let's say that you folded your tent and you went away, would you be taking the equipment that you might have bought with that earmark with you, or would it return to Somerville County?
I'm telling you, it goes to Somerville County.
Yeah. Okay. All right.